So the national anthem ceremony has completed, has come to a close. And just to reiterate, to reconfirm, China have won the toss and they've elected to ball first. So the lineups of the two teams are out. We'll start with Philippines first. The lineup starts with Angela Busa at the top, followed by Jessica, Amelia Karikeen, Ashley Miranda, Simran Sira, Alex Smith, J.K. Adreno, Joma Masaya, and Ryan Castillo. And the China playing 11 comprises Wei Hating at the top, followed by Wang Huing, Li Jiping, Meng Ting Liu, Zhu Mingui, Zhu Zian, Ma Ruiki, Gong Yuting, Kai Yuzi, and Mei Zi. So lots of specialist batters and bowlers in that lineup. Very few all-rounders though. So it's pretty interesting. Both teams going with their specialist options. It'll be interesting to see how the battle unfolds. And there you go. The Philippines players have arrived. They're in position. The Chinese players have arrived. They've taken the field, and the Philippines openers are out in the middle. She's marked her guard, and now she's just having a look around at the field. We're about to get underway very, very shortly. It'll be interesting to see what field China persists with inside the power play. The ball is new. These are helpful conditions, mind you. There's cloud cover, there's moisture on the surface. Ball number 1. It starts off well, really good. Some inward movement in the air. The batter does really well to keep that one out. Another good delivery this time. Once again, the batter, she didn't really look comfortable against that moving ball. The line just a little too straight on that occasion. So she was hit on the pads, but it was clearly going down leg. Nicely balled, and she's got the reward early doors. Would you believe it? That sharp and swinging delivery kept troubling the batter, and in the very third delivery, she has knocked the poles over. Look at that late movement, good pace as well, mind you. That ball was traveling at a decent rate. The line was good, the length was ideal, and the batter was beaten. All ends up. She didn't have a clue, and Philippines are off to a shocking start. They've lost their first wicket without a run on the board. Good start for China, but early trouble for the batting side. There you go. Not the scorecard you want to see if you're the batting side. 1 wicket down, halfway through the first over. Ruiki has been causing a few problems. You can see there are more fielders close to the batter. Valdez on strike. There'll be butterflies in her stomach, that's for sure. Oh, does really well. Does really well to keep that one out. Gets her bat down just at the last minute. We're seeing some fine piece of bowling from Ruiki, and that's exactly how you need to bowl with the new ball on a surface like this, because there'll be plenty of assistance, there'll be plenty of lateral movement in the air and off the pitch. All you have to do as a bowler is land it in the right areas, consistently enough, just like that. This one almost sneaks through. My word. This is turning out to be a cracking performance from Ruiki with the ball. She is looking in devastating form, and she's really looking threatening with the ball, that's for sure. And it looks like every ball is going to be a wicket ball. Second last ball of the over. Keeps that one out. Can we see the first wicket maiden? In fact, we have. That's the end of the over. A wicket maiden, probably the first in this competition. And China have hit the ground running in match number 4. It's none for one after one. So spin from the other end, Kwan has got the ball in hand. Not sure if that's the right call from the Chinese skipper. There's a lot of movement for the quicker bowlers. You want to give your seamers a go, but maybe she's got some other plans up her sleeve. Guys, that one away to point. No runs off the bat. We are into the second over of the innings and no runs off the bat. Bowling has been exceptional. Early doors from China. They've hardly put a foot wrong, and we've seen two good balls in the second over from Kwan. And another good delivery. This time, will they take a single? They do. First run for Philippines. A shaky start, I must say, from their point of view. Nicely tossed up once again. Plays it off the back foot, Valdez. She's faced 4 deliveries, hasn't got off the mark. And when you are in a situation like this, you've got 18 overs to go after this over. You just want to play yourself in and just take some time. Doesn't matter if you take a few dot deliveries. Ensure that you rotate the strike consistently enough. And at the moment, in this over, we have seen 4 dot balls. So runs are hard to come by. Could we see a low scoring thriller in this fixture? Unlike the first fixture of the day, we'll have to find out. But oh, that's a really good ball. Goes past the outside edge of Valdez's bat. She's clearly struggling at the moment. 2 overs done. Philippines struggling big time. They're 1 for 1. Ruiki gets another one. Would you believe it? She's got another wicket and she's yet to concede a run. My word, China are all over Philippines big time. And Ruiki has been rattling the timber for fun. Look at her, a block hole length delivery. Tails back in a long way. It dips very, very late. And Smith was all at sea. She didn't have a clue at all. And Philippines lose their second wicket. And they've only got a run on the board, mind you. Terrific start from Ruiki. And clearly China are having the upper hand here in this game. Very early in this game, they have got off to a very good start. They seem to be ahead. They seem to be dominating the proceedings. Credit must be given to Ruiki, the way she has bowled. She's bowled 7 dot balls in her spell, yet to concede a run, and more importantly, she's picked up 2 major scalps. Philippines in dire straits at the moment. Nicely balled round the wicket to Donovan this time, and Donovan will have her task cut out, that's for sure. It'll be interesting to see how Ruiki will ball from round the wicket. Does she have the delivery which goes into the left hand batter? We haven't seen her swing the ball away. Correction, we haven't seen her swing the ball back into the left hander. That ball goes the other way. The keeper concedes a bye there. That should have been stopped, but still a slow start for Philippines, 2 for 2 inside the third over. They need a partnership. They need to rotate the strike, and in a situation like this, where the bowling team is going on song, the least you can do as a batting side is get to the other end, make sure that you're able to at least get a single almost every ball. That's the bare minimum. Here you see the movement, that lateral movement which Ruiki is able to extract. It's phenomenal. She hasn't conceded a run yet, and she's bowling with so much control, and she's in some form. And I think I'll not be surprised if the captain gives her another go inside the power play. Look at that, on the money at the stumps, ball shaping back in. But at this stage, you don't want to get too predictable as well. You want to have a few variations up your sleeve, get the ball to shape away, or possibly bowl a slower ball to catch the batter off guard. Valdez has not been able to open her account. She's faced 8 deliveries, last ball of the over, and she keeps that one out. Another wicket maiden for Ruiki. She is unstoppable with the ball. 3 overs done. Philippines are 2 for 2. So pace from one end, spin from the other end. That's a really good combination from China. Good mix of pace and spin doing the trick, and they are able to tighten the screws on the Philippines batters. That'll be a wide. Every run will be like gold dust for Philippines. Look at the scoring rate, just around 1 run per over in a 20 over format. Not at all acceptable. We've got to do a lot better than that. Yes, the bowling has been very, very tight from China, but you still got to find a way to outsmart them. Otherwise, you allowing the opposition to dictate the terms. You want to remind them that they can't always dominate all the time. Now, a leading edge. The ball lands safely. Donovan was looking to whip it away on the leg side. No signal from the umpire, which means it's runs off the bat for Donovan. She gets off the mark. A laboured stay so far for Donovan. Faced 4 balls, scored only 1 run. Valdez, on the other hand, she's just not able to maneuver the strike. She needs some runs under her belt. Nicely defended through the offside. And after 10 deliveries, Valdez has been able to open her account. And that will release quite a lot of pressure for her. The pressure was building with every dot delivery. The pressure builds. such is the essence of this format. You don't want to be facing too many dot balls. But she'll be relieved after getting that ball away for a single halfway through the fourth over. This is a terrific show with the ball inside the power play from China. We haven't seen a bowling change yet. They don't need to. You're bowling this well. Nicely ball, a little bit quicker through the air. Valdez just defends it from her crease. Kwan just keeping it tight. She's been wicketless. But what she's done is she's kept the run flow down and she's allowed the pressure to build on the Philippines batters, which has resulted in a couple of breakthroughs. This one has been whipped away on the leg side. And they'll settle for a single. And that will be the end of the over as well. So 7 runs on the board after the fall of 2 wickets, 4 overs completed, and China well on top at this stage. So change of bowling, first bowling change for China. Huing Ying comes into the attack for the first time. So the captain wants to save her prime bowler for the death overs possibly. But China have really got off to a good start. Scoring rate under 2 runs per over. They've got a chance to bundle out Philippines cheaply. They need their other bowlers to step in and pick up a few wickets, provide those breakthroughs. That's been worked away on the leg side off the back foot, albeit can't pierce the gap. Tosses that one up and she's hoiked that in the air and brilliant catch from the fielder. And Donovan will be kicking herself. She played that shot so well. She struck that nicely, but all she could do was pick the fielder out in the deep, and she takes a blinder. Look at that. Nothing wrong with the shot. It was a powerful blow, but there's only one fielder protecting that side of the boundary, and she holds on to a brilliant catch. Huing Ying strikes, and Philippines are 8 for 3. So Keen takes strike and Philippines continue to falter inside the power play. She takes strike and immediately gets off the mark with a single. And I think that will be a key thing. Strike rotation will be a very crucial component in their innings, because they'll not be able to manufacture the big shots, especially in such a situation where Chinese bowlers are really showing their might with the ball. What they can do is just consistently knock the ball around, hit the ball in the gaps, rely on singles and doubles, make sure the scoreboard ticks along nicely. Now that's a drag down, a rare bad ball from a Chinese bowler. We have seen two short on that occasion. Now the umpire, what does they think? What do they think? Well, she gets away with a legal delivery, but that could have been a no ball, couple of bounces. Still a very fine over from Huing Ying. It's 10 for 3 after 5. Another bowling change, this time Liu with her left arm orthodox spin. Line not quite ideal. Strays it on the pads, and Valdez getting a faint touch on it. Not off the bat though, but off the pad. They'll take those runs. Last over of the power play. Philippines would want to get a bit of a move on. Would want to throw some punches at the Chinese fielders, but that was a very very close run out appeal, a close call. That could have been an absolute tragedy for Philippines. Last thing you want is lose a wicket in the form of a run out inside the power play. You have to just somehow survive. It's a moment of survival, really. It's all about survival uh, for Philippines, and they will get the timely assistance of extras just like that. So they've got to maintain their composure. He goes on the back foot, tucks it away around the corner. He'll take a single. Every run will make Philippines feel better. They have got to set a target, and China means business. At least with the ball, we've seen total domination from them. Punches it off the back foot, straight to cover. Throw a little bit wayward over the keeper's head. They've got a few runs in this over. Philippines, 4 runs in 4 balls. Not a bad over, in fact, a very good over considering the current context of the game. On the pads this time, looking to whip it away fine, just could not get any bat on it. 1 ball to go, 3 runs in this over. Still a very decent over, especially given the fact that Philippines have been scoring at less than 2.5 runs per over. Goes back, defends it, straight to the fielder at point. Could have been trouble had there been a direct hit at the bowler's end. But they somehow survive. Philippines living dangerously at the moment. And the power play is complete. Power play clearly belongs to China. No doubts about that. 6 overs done. It's 15 for 3. Huing Ying to continue. A loopy full toss this time, a freebie ball. Couldn't make most of it. Keane was able to slog that one away, but straight to the fielder in the deep. Uses a feed this time. Oh, she was not quite to the pitch of the ball. She even stepped out of her crease. Keeper should have done better. There was a stumping opportunity. Huing could have got another wicket under her belt, but a chance goes begging, and Valdez gets a much needed reprieve. Philippines need some luck going their way. They really need to. Now that's a drag down from Huing, and they have scampered through for a quick single. It's good to see that Sun speaking out. You can start seeing the shadows of the players, which means there shouldn't be any signs of rain for the remainder of the match. Rain has played the spoil sport yesterday big time. Even in a tournament prior to this one, that tournament was also impacted by rain. We had several washed out fixtures. A couple of fixtures got washed out yesterday as well, and even today, the morning game was impacted due to inclement weather, wet outfield. But now the sun's peeking out, it's looking bright, and we can expect some quality cricket between the two sides. Hopefully, 40 overs of action packed cricket. But coming back to reality, uh, Philippines will have to bat really well to bat their full quota of 20 overs. They've already lost 3 wickets. We're into the seventh over. Slogs that one away. Valdez just swinging her bat now. Just trying to break from her shackles just a wee bit. End of the over. 20 for 3 after 7. So Ruiki is back for her third over. The captain wants another wicket. She wants Ruiki to strike again. She has been so miserly. No runs conceded in 2.1 overs. 2 for none. Figures of 2 for none. Not something which you see in modern day cricket, especially if it's the shortest format. Now they've been able to secure a run off the bat against her, but bowling has been absolutely sensational. Top notch display of fast bowling from Ruiki. The line has been good, excellent areas from her, and she's kept the batters on the toes right from ball number one. And she's still getting a lot of movement, and she gets that one through. A low full toss. I believe she was trying to go for the Yorker. Serves a low full toss, still does the trick because there was so much movement in the air. and that has got the better of the Filipino batter there. Look at that. She is disappointed. She's been bowled through the gate, and Philippines, after getting a little bit of a move on, have been pegged back. It's Ruiki once again who has delivered with the ball. She's got figures of 3 for 1 halfway through her third over, and the current score stands at 21 for 4. Now there's an appeal. Sira on strike, and she probably had her heart in her mouth. She played all around that one, and she'll have to face the music big time because Ruiki is a very tricky customer. She's been such a skillful operator with the ball, picked up 3 wickets, and she's running in quite hard. And this is close. This is very close. Sira not looking very comfortable against that ball. An in swinging delivery, sharp delivery, shaping back in very late. She plays all around it. She's got to be very careful while playing such kind of shots because had it been a touch fuller, she could have been bowled through the gate. She swings that one away on the leg side, straight to the fielder at short mid wicket. She finally manages to connect that, but not entirely into the gap. 8 overs done. Philippines are 21 for 4. So that's really good batting from Philippines in this over. They've got 7 runs halfway through this over. Hating was greeted with a boundary first up, so she's certainly not got off to an ideal start, and runs are now coming quite freely against her. She's gone for 8 runs already, and that's the over Philippines were looking for, just to get a little bit of momentum back. One decent over, just one decent over, and that could sort of get them back on track, and from there on they can accelerate. So they've got one decent over. Now they'll have to be consistent. Next few overs they should be looking to score at least 5 to 6 runs. Down the leg side, another bonus run added to Philippines team total. It takes their total score to 30. And slowly but surely, Philippines are trying to get a bit of a move on. They're crawling their way through. It's been such a dominating performance with the ball from China, especially from their opening bowler, who has fired on all cylinders, and she has certainly grabbed them by the scruff of the neck. But the other bowlers will have to join the party. Hating has been slightly expensive in her first over, not the start which she would have hoped for. Boundary, couple of wides, bowling not entirely on target on most occasions. This time it's gone high up in the air. Opportunity, oh, put down. The fielder there drops an absolute sitter, and Hating will be very, very relieved with her. I'm sure there'll be some exchange between Hating and that fielder in their dugout. But another opportunity goes begging, and China will be a bit disappointed there. End of the over, and after 9, Philippines are 30 for 4, 31 for 4, could have been 30 for 5, but they get a lifeline, and we are approaching the halfway stage of the innings. China still on top. So Liu into the attack. It's a second over, and she's been very tidy, but she has been wicketless. And I think the other bowlers will have to pick up wickets. They're in such a good position. They've done really, really well to get themselves in a position like this. They need to make further inroads and break through the batting lineup, expose the middle order completely. Goes across this time, tucks it away on the leg side. Valdez has spent almost an eternity out in the middle. She's faced 26 deliveries. She's got 13 runs. She's off to a very difficult start. It's been a difficult start for her. She struggled early on in her innings, but now she's done the bulk of the scoring for her side, and she's looking to do something different. Shuffles across again, but this time Liu doing the right thing, throwing it a lot wider. And Valdez was not able to whip that one away on the leg side. She realized that there's not a lot of protection, possibly behind square on the leg side. Uses her feet, gets too close to the ball, but does well to nudge it down the ground for a single. And that's the end of the over. So we've reached the halfway stage of the Philippines innings, and clearly they're struggling here at this moment. 33 for 4 after 10, and time for the players to have a quick refreshment break. While the players take a quick breather, here's a look at the bowling performance of China so far. Ruiki, look at that. Look at her figures. Just conceded 1 run. Economy rate astonishingly low. You'll be rubbing your eyes in disbelief. Look at her economy rate 0.33. Yes, these are her best figures, I think, in recent times. 3 wickets for her, 1 wicket for Huing Ying. Hating could have had one, but she's been the most expensive bowler so far in this innings. Still early days for her, but overall, the bowling performance has been phenomenal from China. So we're done with the drinks, and we're all set to get underway once again. Valdez holding the Philippines innings together, and she's found it quite difficult though. There's a lot of pressure on her. Sira, on the other hand, hasn't done a lot of batting. She hasn't faced a lot of deliveries either. So Kwan into the attack. She's bowled 2 tidy overs, kept the run flow down, but her wickets column has gone dry. She's back for a second spell. Oh, almost gets that one through. A little bit of turn as well. In fact, quite a lot of turn, which catches Valdez off guard. Now, Valdez has been out there in the middle for a very long time. She knows what to expect. She's got a hang of the surface as well. Even she was taken aback by that delivery, which spun back in quite sharply, a little bit of bounce as well. Uses her feet, hoiks it down the ground, mid on, does well, only just. She was mighty close to the boundary ropes, and I think the umpire will try to just coordinate with the fielder there in the deep. I think he seems very satisfied that the ball was stopped cleanly. So Valdez showing some intent, some aggressive intent. 16 of 32. Yes, it's been a labored stay for her. but she's got those 16 valuable runs for her side, and she's trying to stitch a partnership together with Sira. The fifth wicket partnership is worth 14 runs. Steps out this time, possibly an inside edge, drags it away too long on for only a single. An inside edge once again. Sira was looking to slog it away on the leg side. An inside edge almost manages to chop it back onto her stumps, but she survives. 4 runs of that over, 11 overs done. It's 37 for 4. So Liu into the attack, chips it in the air, could be an opportunity. Another catch missed. This time it was a lot more difficult because the ball was flying to her right. It kept drifting away from her. But good intent from the fielder, but not good enough. Philippines just riding their luck at the moment. Catch went down off the bowling of Haitling, if my memory serves me correctly. That was a sitter which should have been taken this time around. There was a catching opportunity, but it was more difficult. It was a tough chance. Now that's been slogged away on the leg side, but there's a fielder at cow corner who intercepts it. Now this is close. This is really close, and the finger goes up. Valdez shuffled way across her stumps. She had to get some bat on it. On that occasion, she didn't, and the ball hits her front pad, and she was a goner. That was stone dead. Look at that. Ball coming back straight with the arm. The umpire took some time to make his decision, but I think it was a fair call in the end from him. Half the Philippine side dismissed. Liu has a wicket to her name. It's 40 for 5. That wicket will certainly jolt Philippines big time. The partnership was building. The fifth wicket stand added 19 runs. And Valdez, the batter who was anchoring the innings, was back in the shed. China will be relieved to see her back. And now they'll be feeling very confident that they'll be able to sort of run through the lower order and dismiss Philippines cheaply. Nicely tossed up, slightly upish, pushes it to point, and this could be close. There's an appeal, and they are celebrating. Looks like they are. Absolute tragedy for Philippines. It's a double blow for Philippines inside this over. One wicket coming in the form of leg before wicket. This time a run out, a suicidal one. Good throw, accurate throw, straight to the keeper's hands, and good piece of glove work by the keeper as well. And two quick wickets falling in quick succession. China well on top, and I think now is the time that they should really push on and bundle out Philippines cheaply. They've got the opportunity, they've got themselves in a good position, and Philippines, I'll tell you what, they are in real danger of getting bundled out prematurely here. The two wickets falling in quick succession, and China have been able to inflict a double strike on Philippines. Still, we've got a delivery left in the 12th over. Chips it in the air and just over the infield. Probably the square leg fielder should have been on the edge of the circle. Then she could have been in business, but a very successful over for China. Two wickets falling in that over, and it's 41 for 6 after 12. So Yuzi introduced into the attack for the first time in this match. Can she pick up a wicket? She almost did on that occasion. That was a block hole length delivery just wide of the stumps. Loopy full toss, thumb down the ground. Straight to short mid wicket. No timing on that occasion. The ball lands in no man's land. So Medianista marking her guard. And plays it straight back to the bowler. Ball dipping quite late. Oh, that's a pretty high full toss. Will be a no ball. Not sure what Yuzi was trying to do. A rare bad delivery from a Chinese bowler. Not sure if she'll get warned by the umpire. That was certainly above waist, and it was clearly a no ball. There are no two ways about it. And Busa has got the license to go big. Swings that one away on the leg side, straight to deep square leg. And she's coming back for the second. She could be gone. She could be gone. Oh dear, oh dear. Nothing going Philippines' way. Another run out we have seen, and that was a really sharp throw from the fielder in the deep. She was yards away from the stumps, and look at that, a direct hit. The keeper didn't even have to collect the ball. It was heading towards the stumps, and batter goes walking out of the ground. Medianista, correction, it's Medianista, who was running to the danger end, and she will be disappointed that she's just given her wicket away. That could have been avoided, especially at a time when you're trying to consolidate, and that seventh wicket will really push them on the back foot and push them to a point of no return, really, because they need to set up a target, and at this rate they will get bundled out very, very prematurely. They need to get at least close to 100 in order to challenge China. And at this rate, I don't think they're going to get there. That's been swung away on the leg side. It's into the gap as well. And what a response. First ball from Castillo, facing her first ball, showing no signs of nerves. And she's picked that one up and got hold of it. Places it into the gap between square leg and fine leg. Picks up a boundary. What a way to open your account. First ball at a time when your side is reeling big time. They're one run shy of 50 and they've lost 7 wickets. That's the concerning part. Scoring rate, not an issue really if you've got wickets in hand. 3.82 is not impressive at all. But what has further compounded their problems is the number of wickets which they have lost. After 13, it's 49 for 7. So the carnage continues. The carnage continues. Another wicket for China. Another one bites the dust. And they are cutting through the Philippines batting lineup like a hot knife through the butter. Let's have a look at the dismissal. Nicely tossed, a hint of spin away from the right-handed batter. Ball pitching around off stump line and just spinning away, beating the outside edge of the bat, and in the process brushing the top of off stump as well. Eighth wicket goes down, and Philippines have not even reached the 50-run mark. China have got the possibility to bundle out Philippines cheaply. If they get another wicket now, I don't think Philippines will be able to cross even the 60-run mark. All in all, it could turn out to be a comfortable victory for China. Both teams playing their first fixture of the tournament and they want to start off with a win. Certainly, they need to, and China have the possibility of securing their first win of the tournament in this fixture. Not a lot of batting left for Philippines. They're staring down the barrel. We're into the tail now. Miranda comes out to the center and she's having a look around at the field. She's probably thinking to herself, where can I score my runs? Which area, which side of the wicket I should target? Play and a miss this time. Good delivery from Liu. Miranda takes a swipe at that one, just could not get the connection. You don't want to be flashing hard. Got to be careful. Cleaned her up. Would you believe it? That ball has kept low. Liu has another wicket, another double strike in this over, and Philippines are capitulating. Their batting is disintegrating big time and they're falling apart rapidly. Let's have a look at the delivery. Pitching on middle stump, ball keeping a bit low, possibly an inside edge, and back onto her stumps. It's 49 for 9, and clearly, Philippines are falling apart and they may not have enough runs on the board. I believe they need a partnership. They need Castillo and Masaya to just add a few runs, give their bowlers something to defend. Masaya and Castillo, not really renowned for their batting, but they'll have to play a role with the bat this time. 6 overs to go after this one, and they need to get Philippines to a decent score. Not sure if that can happen, but what they can do is just hang around for as long as possible, frustrate China a little bit. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen because Liu is at the top of her mark, and almost every ball which she's bowling, is like a wicket taking ball. Seems like a wicket is around the corner whenever she's got the ball in hand. She's bowling her last over. She's picked up 2 wickets in her final ball of the in the final over of her spell. She could have another one. You just never know. And Philippines could get bundled out for less than 50. They have not crossed the 50-run mark. They've not even touched that mark, let alone crossing that mark. Chips it in the air and oh, could have been another wicket. Could have been game over for Philippines in the first half. Messiah didn't really look comfortable at all, closing the face of the bat too early, and that shot has resulted in a field change. Now, extra cover comes really, really close, possibly realizing that Messiah could chip this one in the air. Opportunity for the close-in fielders. 2 balls to go in the 14th over. This could get over very, very soon for Philippines. On the pads this time, struck on the pads, and umpire shakes her head. That looked really close though from this angle. She was struck on her pads. Maybe the impact could have saved Messiah in the end, but she's looking tentative. There are no two ways about it. Liu has got 1 ball left. She's got 3 wickets under her belt, and it will remain as 3 wickets. So Liu unable to pick up a wicket in her final ball of her spell, but she's done well. She's got figures of 3 for 11 in her 4 overs, and after 14, Philippines have been able to touch the 50-run mark at the expense of 9 wickets. So Ruiki will try to finish off the innings, and she has. Would you believe it? Bowling her final over of the spell, she gets it right, gets it full and straight. She's been so lethal with her inward movement, and Philippines have been bundled out for exactly 50 runs. Terrific show with the ball in hand from China. The Chinese bowlers have fired on all cylinders. They've hardly put a foot wrong, and Philippines have capitulated big time for 50. Here's a look at the batting card. A disappointing effort with the bat from Philippines, but Valdez stood tall. She's the highest run scorer for Philippines in this innings. She's the only batter to reach double figures, 17 of 35, and a little bit of resistance from Keen and Sira, but not enough. And you can see single-digit scores for the middle and the lower order batters. Clearly not a lot of resistance from the bat, and Philippines have got only themselves to blame. They've been bowled out for 50. And there you go, that's the bowling card. A successful outing for China. Look at that. Ruiki, the pick of the bowlers, 4 for 1. Astonishing figures. You'll be rubbing your eyes in disbelief, but she's achieved probably her best bowling figure in recent times. Wang Huing has picked up a wicket as well. She was also tidy with the ball, and Meng Ting Liu picking up 3 wickets, 3 for 11. Outstanding effort from all the bowlers. Xian, Yuzi, and Haiting returning wicketless. But all the Chinese bowlers have done their part. Now it's down to the batters. And we've got a run chase, and China have a target. It's just 51 runs. That's what they need for victory. Time for a short break. We'll be back for the run chase in a few minutes.
佐野市がおすすめしている B 級グルメ、芋フライと黒唐揚げ、ぜひ食べに来てね。
柔らかい、おいしい。
佐野市名産の完熟いちごをたくさんご用意しております。ぜひお越しください。
美味しいいちごを使ったパフェをぜひ皆さん作りませんか？待ってます。
昭和レトロ感のあるこの昔ながらのゲストハウスになってます。いろんな地元の人と交流できる場所です。
50% オフ。
ビーガンとグルテンフリーにこだわってなるべくオーガニックで作っております。皆様のご来場お待ちしてます。
蒸して柔らかく甘くしたお芋をここで皮を剥きます。
涙が出る。
上にジャンプ、そうそう、上にジャンプ、そうそうそう、そのまま。
佐野餃子。おいしい。チャキチャ。外ができました。
いただきます。美味しい。
陰影をつけて描くと絵が生き生きしてくると思います。
できました。
楽しんでいただけました。
楽しかった。いただきます。
So welcome back everyone. We've got a run chase on our hands and China don't have a big target ahead of them. And if they get off to a good start in the first few overs, then they'll be able to wrap up this run chase very quickly. And that will in turn have a positive impact on their net run rate. It's now all about margins. It'll be interesting to see if Philippines put up a fight with the ball. There's some life left in this game, but they don't have a lot of time. Philippines, they'll have few overs up front where they can make an impact and pick up few early wickets. They need early wickets. If they don't get it, this game could drift away from them even before they realize. So 51 is the target in 20 overs. A walk in the park for the Red Brigade, I should say. Umpire is getting involved, making sure everything's in order, and he has signaled play. There you go, first ball of the run chase coming up. Play and a miss. Good delivery straight away, inviting a false shot from the batter. She threw her hand at that one. There was room on offer and she wanted to go after it. Jiping the batter. Just gets beaten on the drive. Hating will be her opening partner. She's at the non-striker's end. Donovan starts off well. A little too wide on that occasion. Umpire does not like that. And that will be the first run of the run chase for China. Yorker and delivery does really well to somehow get through that. The ball just sneaking under her bat. That's a very good Yorker and delivery from Donovan. And I think they've got to attack Philippines. If they want to make a game out of this, they'll have to attack. They'll have to attack, set up an attacking field placement. I'm quite surprised that there's no slip. No one at slip. Oh, that's another good delivery. An absolute ripper. Not sure how that missed the stumps. This is a good start. An encouraging start for Donovan. If Philippines can pick up a wicket in this over, the game could become quite interesting. You just never know. Few wickets up front and the game could throw wide open. Length delivery, misses out on the drive. This time the ball goes the other way. So Jaiping not really looking very comfortable, not really looking settled out there in the middle. Low full toss this time. Driven but straight to the fielder at short extra cover. Couldn't get it past the fielder there. That's a beautiful delivery and a beautiful way to end the over. Probing over from Donovan, asked a lot of tough questions to Jaiping. Jaiping does well to survive. It's one for no loss after one. So Keane has got the ball in hand. She'll be bowling the second over. Lets that one go. Will be a wide. Not a very ideal start from Keane. Way off target. China don't have to really do anything out of the ordinary. You don't have to play high risk shots. Even if there are quiet overs at the start, they don't need to worry because they're not chasing a big score. They have to just go at 2.5 runs per over. They're scoring at 1.71. They should not worry. It's early days for them in this run chase. Down the leg side, that will be another wide. Second wide from Keane in this over. Just 1 run off the bat. 2 runs coming in the form of extras. Runs required down to 47. So they are clearly within touching distance, and China know it. They don't need to be very aggressive or force the issue as you would normally expect them to do in the shortest format. Even though they're not able to quite hit the ball in the gaps, rotate the strike, they don't really need to worry because they're not chasing a big score. They can take all the time in the world to get to their target. She leaves, but the umpire deems it a legal delivery. Misses out on the cut shot there. Even hating struggling a little bit, just like a partner. So no runs off the bat, which is quite interesting. This is a very good start from Philippines. If they can pick up a wicket or two, they'll be right in business. This time a low full toss, driven down the ground, some bat involved, and Hating gets off the mark. First runs off the bat for China in this run chase. They did struggle a little bit to get that first run off the bat. Length ball, width on offer. Jaiping looks to play at that ball but allows it to pass through. End of the over, 4 for none after 2. Slow start for China at this stage. So Donovan to continue. She bowled an impressive first over, giving away only a run, and she did produce a few wicket-taking deliveries in that over. She can get a breakthrough now, then Philippines will be up and running. Surely they'll have the belief, they'll get the self-belief that they'll be able to pull things back. And there's an appeal. I think there was some bat involved. An optimistic shout from the bowler, but not given by the umpire. Nicely defended, solid in defense. Slow start for China at this stage, but good thing for them is they've not lost a wicket, and that's a positive. Don't want to be losing a wicket, and they've done that. They've done exactly that. They've ensured that they don't lose any wickets because it's not an easy surface to bat on, especially with so much lateral movement around. This time a little too wide. The keeper does not collect the ball cleanly. Should have been a better effort from the keeper. Couple of wides, couple of runs gifted to China. Just one run off the bat. Would you believe it? And all the 5 runs have come in the form of extras. So Philippines will have to keep it tidy. They'll have to cut down on these extras because China is really struggling with the bat. They haven't been able to rotate the strike. Jaiping is yet to open her account. She's faced 7 deliveries. She's gone without a run. Hating only has 1 run in 8 deliveries. So they got to realize the fact that China is trying to break from the shackles. They're in a shell, and if they can just pick up a few wickets up front, they could be right back in it. Just 45 runs needed for victory. Plenty of time left. 17 overs after this one. Less than 3 runs per over is the asking rate. So clearly asking rate not an issue. Philippines. Oh, now that's a pretty high full toss. That will be a no ball, I reckon. And an easy run. Easy single taken by Jaiping. And that single opens her account. And then another extra gifted to China. 8 runs on the board. 43 is the ask. Oh, that one's gone through. That's missed everything. Has it? Umpire has indicated that the ball has clipped the pad along the way. Almost breached her defenses there. And another extra conceded. Quite a lot of extras we've seen in this run chase. Bowling has been good from Philippines' point of view, but they've just gifted a few runs. One too many, especially when you're defending a target of 51. Last ball of the third. Down the leg side. Once again, I think the ball brushes her pads along the way, and they have sneaked another run in the form of a leg bye. 3 overs done. Score moves on to 10 after the completion of 3 overs. 41 more needed in the remaining 17 overs. So Donovan to continue. She's into her third over. She's kept things tight. But wickets have eluded Philippines. So far, they're searching for their first breakthrough. And as long as China do not lose a wicket, they will be in business. Another no ball, a waist high no ball. This time it was around the shoulder height. I'm not sure if the bowler will be warned. Correction, that was Keane who bowled the no ball, a vicious no ball. So China slowly but surely starting to get a bit of a move on. 12 runs on the board. They'll get a free hit now and they can take full advantage of it. "39 runs needed for victory." Low full toss. Goes for the wide Yorker. Just couldn't nail it right. But Hating gets some bat on it and gets off strike as well. Nicely balled into the block hole. Jaiping very, very watchful on that occasion. Both Jaiping and Hating batting on 2 runs. We've got 2 runs apiece. And look at the amount of extras that has been conceded by Philippines bowlers. 11 extras conceded so far. And only 2 runs off the bat. That's been chipped high in the air and just evades the fielder at mid-on. And good work, good teamwork in the deep. Saved a certain boundary, but that was half a chance. An opportunity created by Keane. They need a wicket. Philippines need a wicket to keep themselves alive in this match. The game is slowly but surely drifting away from them. With every passing run, China are inching closer and closer to victory. Nicely balled, goes on the back foot, there's an appeal. In fact, that's gone through her defenses, and all the hard work from Keane has finally paid off. Jaiping has been removed and her poles have been knocked over. Look at that, the ball skidding through, hurrying through off the surface. She went on to the back foot when she should have been well forward, and the ball sneaks through her defenses and she goes back into the dressing room. Philippines have some self-belief now. They've got the first wicket. It's 15 for 1. A delivery to go in the 4th over. So Minghui walks out to the middle. China still comfortably placed. Oh no, another one! Keane gets another one. She's on a roll. She gets 2 in 2. And Minghui comes and Minghui goes. And her innings has lasted only 1 delivery. This is a remarkable turnaround in the run chase. A good length delivery goes through her defenses and Minghui plays all around it. She'll be on a hat-trick. Keane will be on a hat-trick in the very next over. But the self-belief has kicked in and Philippines have started to believe they can possibly make a game out of it. It's 15 for 2 after 4. Well, it was turning out to be an easy run chase for China. Not anymore. 2 quick wickets lost in the blink of an eye. And runs off the bat, only 3 or 4 runs off the bat. And all the runs coming in the form of extras. So clearly, there hasn't been a lot of positive effort from the Chinese batters. Struggling to middle the ball on regular occasions. They're finding it hard to rotate the strike. Oh, an inside edge. Another good delivery from Donovan, attacking the stumps Hating just manages to get some bat on it. Now it's just a matter of survival really for China. To lose another wicket, I'm telling you, there will be some nerves in the dressing room, that's for sure. 36 runs away from victory. Not a massive deficit, but they've lost 2 quick wickets. And Hating not really looking comfortable. They've got one new batter in the form of Z. Oh, another block hole length delivery. Similar delivery. Hating keeps that one out. Nicely driven, just wide of the fielder at short extra cover. It's into the gap. They need these runs desperately. They need to get a move on. Hating has come back for the second run, and that will settle some nerves. The pressure was building after the fall of 2 consecutive wickets. There were 3 dot balls after that, and then this shot from Hating will just settle the nerves a little bit. Useful couple of runs on the board. Useful couple of runs for Hating. They need to keep pushing on, need to be on the right track. Yes, they've had to contend with a severe blow in the last over, but they'll have to regroup quickly and get themselves back on track. They're not out of this game by any means. Scoring rate may be under 4 runs per over. They don't have a big target ahead of them. Just 34 runs needed for victory. So not a lot of runs to get, but plenty of deliveries to go. They've got 91 deliveries and they need 34 to get. So clearly the momentum is with them. They just need one decent innings, one decent knock from either of the 2 batters. End of the over. 5 overs done. It's 17 for 2. So that was probably the hat-trick ball from Keane, and Z has just managed to survive. Only just. Keane has been in phenomenal form with the ball. If she gets another wicket, then Philippines will be on a roll big time. Early days for Z. She's not got her eye in. Down the leg side this time. May have been off the pad, but she's got that one away for a leg by. Yes, leg by signaled by the umpire. Nicely bowled and nicely defended by Haitling. China not out of the woods yet. They've still got to score 33 runs, and Haitling has spent quite a lot of time in the middle and she's not looking settled. Nicely thumbed down the ground, straight to the fielder at mid-off. A bit of a fumble, allowing Haitling to get off strike. 32 runs needed for victory. The job is not done yet, and Keane has shown extraordinary level of skill and resilience with the ball. Nicely worked away, but straight into the hands of the fielder. Philippines will have to consistently hunt for wickets. They cannot allow this game to go past the halfway stage. They cannot let this game go deep. If China take this game deep, take it to over number 20, then the game will be lost, I'm afraid. Philippines will have to find a way to keep taking wickets. And that's the end of the over, end of the power play as well. A closely contested power play between the two sides, but China still in a good position to wrap this game up. It's 19 for 2 after 6. So Donovan to ball out. 1 over to go. She's also been in fine form. She's bowled brilliantly, shown excellent control. She's been probing with her line and length. She's asked all the difficult questions. Now, can she pick up a wicket in her last over of the spell? That'll be a cherry on top of the cake if she's able to do that, because the side needs wickets. Philippines need wickets to keep themselves alive in this game. They don't have a lot of runs to play with. Chinese batters are just looking to survive. More than happy to defend. At some stage, they'll have to just switch through their gears a little bit. It's been a slow start, scoring rate just around 3. Nicely defended once again from Hating. Another good delivery from Donovan. 3 consecutive dot balls in this over. Now the pressure will start building a little bit on the two batters. Slightly fuller, she reaches out for it and she presents full face of the bat, times it through extra cover, but can't pierce the gap as well. So she'll pick up a single and the score moves on to 20. It's been a hard fought stay at the crease for Hating and Zing. Runs have been hard to come by, especially off the bat. They've not had enough momentum whatsoever, but they're quite fortunate. They've got the assistance of extras. There have been plenty of extras in this run chase, and Philippines will probably be looking back and wondering what they could have done. And now the finger has been raised and Donovan has struck in her last over of the spell. Gets it full, gets it straight. Z was caught in her crease and she was tentative. That ball strikes her on her back leg and she knew the moment the ball struck her back leg, she was a goner. The umpire had no hesitation whatsoever. Finger has been raised and China have lost their third. Philippines are clawing their way back in this contest. It's 20 for 3. So last ball of Donovan's spell. Down the leg side, she'll have to reball that. But this is good fight back we are seeing from Philippines. They may have capitulated with the bat in the first innings, but their bowlers have responded well. And they're trying to save the day for Philippines. Just 30 runs needed. And I would still say China are the favourites unless they lose a wicket right now. 30 runs is what separates them from victory. Play and a miss from Kuan on that occasion brings the over to a close. 7 overs done is 21 for 3. So Keane into her last over. She's picked up 2 wickets. So Keane and Donovan have done the bulk of the damage. They've set the tone nicely with the ball early on. And the other bowlers will have to follow suit. They'll also have to contribute with the ball. That will be a wide, no need to play at that. And that is something they need to work on, Philippines. If they lose this game, they'll probably look back and wonder that the extras have been far too many. And they could have probably been tighter with the extras. Could have kept it tidy. Chips it in the air and into the hands of the fielder at point. Another wicket goes and Philippines are right on top. China are struggling, they are stuttering along, hating after spending an eternity out in the middle, has to go. Look at that, that's the wicket, that's the breakthrough Philippines were after. And they have made a very solid statement with the ball. They mean business. They're not going anywhere. This game is not done yet. They're still live for the Blue Brigade. 22 for 4. China struggling big time. 29 runs away from victory. But they've lost 6 wickets. Correction, they've lost 4 wickets. They've only got 6 wickets to go. Brilliant bowling from Keane. She's picked up 3 wickets. She's accounted for the bulk of the damage. 3 for 10. Outstanding figures. She's not done yet. She can have another wicket. And if another wicket goes, then Philippines will be in the ascendancy. Goes past the outside edge. Misses it by a mile. Yuzi has walked out to the middle and she will be quite tentative early doors. And Keane is operating quite nicely. She's got the confidence going, that's for sure, and Yuzi will know that. It's not going to be easy facing her first up. And that shot will make her feel a little bit better. Gets bat on ball, but straight to the fielder. Doesn't matter. You have to just get your timing right early on. And once you're able to time the ball well, you'll be able to naturally find the gaps as well. And that's where you'll have the most number of runs. Inside edge on that occasion was looking to drive it straight down the ground. Oh, a misfield. A misfield there will allow Yuzi to get off the mark. Every run very, very crucial in this run chase. Every run will be like gold dust for China. There haven't been enough runs from the bat in this Chinese innings. Single digit scores for all the Chinese batters. Somebody has to just stand up and offer a little bit of resistance. They've only got 28 runs to win. So they're nearly halfway through the run chase. And they're nearly halfway through. They've lost half the wickets as well. And that'll be the end of the over. It's 23 for 4 after 8. So Medianista introduced for the first time, and early signs of spin after 8 overs. The quicker bowlers have done their part for now. Correction, it's Andriano who's bowling the 9th over of the run chase. Philippines fighting hard, looking to cling on. They've picked up 4 wickets, and the self-belief is in. They can start dreaming, they can start believing that they can pull off a miraculous victory. Now this has gone high up in the air, 2 fielders converging, and she has dropped that. The ball goes through her hands. That was a dolly of a catch. She did everything right. She induced a false stroke. The ball did not have enough distance, and it didn't really go a long way up in the air either. That really should have been taken, but I think those 2 fielders converging created the doubt, and the catch was not cleanly taken because there were 2 fielders converging. But that was the bowler's catch. She called for it, but she just could not hold on to that. Could have been a big moment in the game had that catch been taken. It's 26 runs away from victory, and at the moment China dealing in singles. It's been tough going for the Chinese batters, and for a moment I thought Yuzi was walking, but there was certainly a question asked for a stumping opportunity. Signal not out by the strikers and umpire. Dabs that one away through the offside. End of the 9th. It's 25 for 4 after 9. So 26 needed in 11 overs. Required run rate still not an issue at all, especially in this format. But China has lost 4 wickets. They're not getting any momentum whatsoever. They're just crawling their way through this innings. You can see current rate marginally ahead of the required run rate. That's never going to be a problem. They just need Huan and Yuzi just need to form a bit of a partnership. Even a 10-run partnership will do it. Now that's a gift, and that was gleefully accepted by Kuan. Just couldn't get hold of it. They'll come back for the second run, and it could be a no ball as well. Yes, waist height, no ball. So 3 bonus runs on offer for China, takes their score to 28, brings down the deficit to 23. And Kuan and Yuzi need to realize even a 10-run partnership from here will get them very, very close to the finishing line. Free hit delivery. She can have a wild swing. She does not connect. Ball lands safely between the two fielders, and she just could not capitalize on the free hit delivery. Unanimous. There was some width on offer. It was there to be hit, but Kuan missed out on it. Clobbers it in the air and just short of the fielder at mid-on. Slightly risky shot. Gotta be careful. Don't want to throw your wickets away, especially when you are this close to the finishing line. And this game is turning out to be a very, very tight contest. I was not expecting Philippines to fight back in such a fashion. They have really not allowed China to get off the hook. Although China have a chance of winning this game, still they can comfortably get over the line. Just one decent partnership or one double-digit score from either of the two batters, and they will be through in no time. Oh, an outside edge, just wide of the keeper. That was a really good delivery, but a tough chance for the keeper because that ball was flying to her right. She shuffled across to her left and the ball went the other way. It was a tough chance, and that single takes China to 30. 30 for the loss of 4 wickets. We're almost at the halfway stage. Game pretty evenly poised, but I would say China still marginally ahead. 21 runs needed. Can China find another single in this over? No, they don't. It's a dot ball, and we have officially reached the halfway stage of the run chase. After 10, China hanging in there. Their score currently stands at 30 for 4. And it's time to have drinks. So drinks will be on the field, and time for the two teams to also regroup and re-strategize. So the drinks interval is over, and we're back to reality. Once again, 21 runs is what separates China from a big win. A hard-fought win as well, and that's been played in the air. A risky shot. Yuzi gets away with it. Looking to sweep there, he just misses out. And they'll steal a run in the form of a leg bye. Every run counts, every run matters at this stage. Nicely tossed up and nicely played in the end. 19 runs away from victory. And China are inching closer and closer. Still, there's a long way to go. A lot of hard work still needs to be done. In the air, and what was that? She just chips it in the air, and the ball just falls short of the fielder at point. Nothing short really. A half-hearted push. You got to bat more sensibly than that. That's been swung away on the leg side, but not beyond the reach of the mid-on fielder. 18 runs needed now. Loopy full toss, that's been swept towards deep square leg. Will just be a single, and that will bring us to the end of the over. 11 overs done. China are 34 for 4. Smith into the attack once again. 17 runs away from victory. China digging in quite hard. There's a bit of a partnership developing between Quan and Yuzi. Much needed one. Keeps China alive in this run chase. Now the fielder at cover comes much closer to the batter. Cut away this time, and that one just flew past the fielder at short cover. That was hit with a lot of force, and she had to take evasive action. Did really well to get out of the way. The last thing you want is an injury on the field. She could have seriously injured herself had she come in the way. Nicely defended. Back to the bowler. Chips it in the air and well wide of the fielder at silly mid-on. And since it was hit in the gap, they were able to come back. They were able to take an easy single. That's been swung away. But there are two boundary riders in the deep. They'll have to settle for a single, but they won't mind that as long as they keep getting runs every ball, almost every 2 or 3 deliveries. They'll be more than happy. Just 14 runs needed, a little more than a dozen. Inside edge on that occasion will not take a run. End of the over. It's 37 for 4 after 12. I don't know. Almost started off when the umpire was not ready. That's been swept away down the leg side. I think she's found the gap. A boundary, probably the first boundary of the Chinese innings we have seen. And what a time to get. We had to wait 12 overs to see the first boundary of the Chinese innings. Look at that. That was swept away on the leg side, down the leg side. And easy pickings for Kuan. And it was a poor delivery, but you still have to put them away. And she was able to deal with it quite nicely in the end. Now just 10 runs needed. China well and truly in the driver's seat. Unless Philippines pick up a couple of wickets, the game could be over quite soon. Goes for the sweep again. Once again finds the gap. Past the fielder at short backward square leg. And they'll come back for the second run. Huing moves into double figures. And she could go on to become the player of the match as well. 13 runs of 15 balls. It's been a hard-fought stay for Huing out in the middle. Her teammates have not been able to contribute significantly with the bat, but she's played a very crucial role, scored 13 of 15, almost at a run a ball. Now that's a drag down, and she could not make the most of it, but she'll pick up a single. Just 7 runs needed, and China can breathe quite easily. 7 of 45. They've got all the time in the world to get to the target, but they want to wrap it up before the 15th over mark, keeping the net run rate permutations in mind. And that's been nicely balled, cleverly disguised, and Yuzi had played all around that one. She was deceived in the flight, but umpire has ruled it in the favor of the batting side. Just a defensive push from Yuzi. You don't need anything fancy now, especially when you're so close to the finishing line and Kuan has done bulk of the scoring. You don't want to lose a wicket here and give the opposition a sniff. Keeps that one out. End of the over. China on the brink. It's 44 for 4 after 13. So 7 runs needed in 7 overs. They've got to go at 1 run per over. They've got no problems whatsoever. We just need to keep an eye on the wickets column. We don't want to lose another wicket right now, although it will not put them in a lot of trouble if they lose a wicket here. That's a close call. Perhaps the impact was outside the line, maybe outside the line of the stumps. That's what probably saved her in the end. But Huing was deceived in the flight comprehensively on that occasion. Chips it in the air and just over the fielder at short extra cover. It's into the gap and they'll try to come back for the second. They do. Score moves on to 46. Just 5 runs needed for victory. Huing realized that the field was up. And all she had to do was just slice it in the air, get a little bit of elevation. She did that. Plays it off the back foot, defends it to the offside. Goes for the sweep, but it's down the leg side. Oh no, 2 batters at the same end. This could be trouble. This could be trouble. There's plenty happening. A comedy of errors. Not sure if that's a legal delivery or not. But the non-striker Yuzi was a long way down the pitch and she had to return. She slipped. Throw a little wavered. The throw should have been on target. Then Yuzi would have been gone for all money. 1 ball to go. 5 runs needed. Chips it in the air. This could be out. This will be taken. Philippines have managed to pick up a wicket. And the game is not done yet. They can still have some self-belief. They'll still be believing that they'll probably make a game out of it. Perhaps a little too late now. But they've got a wicket and that should just keep them alive ever so slightly in this game. 14 overs done. It's 46 for 5. So the self-belief is in. Only just. Philippines will fight hard. You expect them to fight hard. They'll leave no stone unturned. Yes, they've only got 5 runs to defend. They'll try to go for the kill. Yuzi will have to do the finishing job. Once again, an aerial shot, a risky shot. Yuzi gets away with it. It's a high-risk shot that you need to avoid at this stage. 5 runs needed. You don't need to play that ball in the air. Now 4 runs needed. Liu on strike. And it should be bread and butter stuff for her from here on. That's just too wide. Deficit now down to 3. 3 needed. China 1 step closer to victory. Down the leg side. Will that be another wide? Yes, it is. Another wide. So 2 consecutive wides. Required number of runs down to 2. Now, in all likelihood, China will go on to win this game. They've got 5 overs remaining after this one. 5 wickets in hand and just 2 runs to get. And it should be just routine work for the Chinese batters. That's a drag down, a poor delivery down the leg side wide, and that should be it. That should be it. That's the end of the match. Some poor bowling towards the back end from Adriano, but overall a very good effort with the ball, a valiant effort from Philippines, but not good enough. They simply did not have enough runs on the board, and China faltered in this run chase, and they were able to get over the line. Hang on a second. China have reached their target. Some confusion in the middle. That's what I was wondering. Why are we having another delivery when China has officially reached their target? They are the winners, and they struggled a little bit in the run chase, but eventually they prevailed and they won this game by 5 wickets. Here's a look at the batting card. So the top order faltered big time. 2 ducks for Huing Ying and Z. Not a lot of resistance from Japing and Hating. They were slow to get their innings underway, but then came a remarkable innings from Gian under pressure. 16 of 22, and then Yuzi also playing a valuable knock, 7 of 22, albeit at a very slow rate, but 7 useful runs off a bat, 16 useful runs of Qian's bat, and China are through. Let's have a look at the bowling card. 4 bowlers used, Keane being the most destructive bowler, finishing with figures of 3 for 11 in a allotted 4 overs, 1 wicket each for Donovan and Smith. I think they bowled brilliantly. Andreno was wicketless, but the economy rates have been exceptional, but they simply could not contain China because they didn't have enough runs on the board. And that's the match summary for you. Philippines were bundled out for 50, and it was Ruiki who was the pick of the bowlers in the first half. China, in response, started off on a very wobbly note, but Xian played a very crucial knock, a very important knock for a side. 16 of 22, held the Chinese innings together and got China over the line by a margin of 5 wickets. And that's the end of today's live coverage. Hope you enjoyed watching. We'll be back again tomorrow for yet another promising doubleheader. So do join us then. Thank you so much for your time. Goodbye.
とちあいかっていう品種が栃木県では一番新しい品種。
甘い。
佐野市名産の完熟いちごをたくさんご用意しております。ぜひお越しください。
佐野の美味しいいちごを使った パフェをぜひ皆さん作りませんか？待ってます。
いただきます。
エナ
昭和レトロ感のあるこの昔ながらのゲストハウスになってます。いろんな地元の人と交流できる場所です。
50% オフ。美味しい。
ビーガンとグルテンフリーにこだわってなるべくオーガニックで作っております。皆様のご来場お待ちしてます。
蒸して柔らかく甘くしたお芋をここで皮を剥きます。
涙が出る。
上にジャンプ、そうそう、上にジャンプ、そうそうそう、そのまま。
いらっしゃいます。佐野餃子。
おいしい。シャキシャ。音が
削れる音が気持ちがいいです。
そうです。できました。
いただきます。美味しい。
陰影をつけて描くと絵が生き生きしてくると思います。
出ました。
楽しんでいただけました。
楽しかった。ど真ん中頼む。
星あんと粒あん。
佐野市がおすすめしている B 級グルメ、芋フライと黒唐揚げ、ぜひ食べに来てね。
柔らかい。おいしい。
いただきます。いただきます。